What's up, YouTube? My name's Greg, if you have not been on my channel before. So you clicked on this video because you obviously want to know how my first year at vidcon went down, and I gotta say it was pretty unexpected actually. And so I went on this trip to this convention for, you know, like YouTubing and video production and all that stuff. Went by myself and was kind of more thinking, okay, like this is what I'm here for, build my channel and all that stuff. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but let me just start off like with the first day. So I get there at like 8 in the morning, I think, yeah, because that's the time we had to go in and go pick up our badges. I was just exploring the whole convention center. I went to a couple of panels and I saw like YouTubers that I watch on the daily speak, and it was just really cool experience to just kind of like see and hear how they like did it. They're no different than you and I. It just takes time is what they basically, you know, were just all saying, and just keeping what's the word? I don't know, just continually keeping consistent. There we go. That's the word. Keeping consistent. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be attempting to do from now on. But anyway, back into vidcon. So yeah, I just kind of like walked around, met a couple of other content creators actually, and they were really awesome. Every single one that I met were just truly themselves. It was so funny because the first person I actually ended up meeting was Lauren oh my gosh, Geraldo. I'm pretty sure that's how you say her last name. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but she used to be Princess Lauren on Vine. That's when I first started watching her, was like back in like 2014, so to say. Going up to her, it was just funny because I like waited in line at this Vine booth in the convention center on the expo hall, which is like the first floor. And so I went up quickly and I said, "Hi, my name's Greg," and she like laughed and then was like,
"Hi, my name's Greg." It almost sounds like, "Hi, my name's Jeff. Have that one Vine. Have you seen that one Vine?"
And I was just like, oh my god, yeah, like me and my coworkers like used to say it all the time, like throughout work. And so we're just laughing about that, and then we just kept talking, and it was really cool and casual. And then I had a bunch of like crystal necklaces on me at vidcon to give to content creators that I watch, just as like a little like appreciation token. Your hard work like is valued, you know, by consistently putting up content and stuff. So I was like, oh, here, I have this necklace for you. And she was like,
"Oh my god, like that's so cute. I'm gonna put it on right now."
And afterwards I got a picture, and so I was like, bye. Well, actually, before like all this happened, so like when I first got to the convention, I was just kind of walking around waiting for the expo halls to be opened. As I was walking by this like one long like community line, I heard my name, and I like looked around because I heard someone say Greg, but I just like wasn't sure if it was me or not. I still had to look, and it turns out to be like these 3 girls that watch my channel actually, and like I always see them commenting on my videos and stuff, and they're just like so like super nice and sweet. So I was like, oh hey, and they were like, oh my gosh, they had their camera out. So I was like, oh, do you guys want to take a picture? Because I wanted to take a picture of them. They were astonished to see me, but it was just funny because I was like, I'm no one special. Like I just sit in my room and talk to my camera. Yeah, it was just really cool to see, like, I don't know, like being on the other side for like a little like 10-second. Anyway, so after I met Lauren, I just like kind of like walked around more, because so in the convention there's 3 floors. And the first floor is community only. It's community and like industry and creator like are all allowed on the expo, but community can only stay on the first floor. So the second floor is a creator track, and that's like my like floor, so to say. So like only industry and creators can go up to the second floor, and then the third floor is industry only. And so because it got like really packed sometimes, like being down in the expo like hall, and just mobs of people like rushing to see other like famous content creators. Like, oh my god, there's so many mobs for Musically people. Like it was so annoying. So I was like leaving the expo hall, and I kind of like look over like to see like a small group like just centered around this like one girl, and it turns out to be Sarah Vasca. And I was just like, oh my god, like I really was not expecting like to find her at vidcon, because I just started watching her videos like, I don't know, like 3 months or so ago. And so I like go up and I like wait, because every single time I went up to a content creator that I wanted to talk to, I let everyone go before me that was like just taking a quick picture and leaving. Like I wanted to have an actual like conversation. She like finally like turns to me. I went up to her and I said, oh my gosh, I really love your videos. I actually found you one night when I was on Twitter because my friend Megan, I don't know if you know her, Megan Hughes, and she replies,
yeah, like, I know Megan.
And then I said, yeah, she tweeted out one of your videos and she said, check out this girl, Sarah Basca, like, she's so fucking funny, she makes me laugh, like, out loud every time, like, I rarely find, like, super funny YouTubers, so I was like, alright, I'm down to check this girl out, and I, like, watched her videos. I told her, I was like, my favorite video of yours is you reacting to Jacob, Saja, whatever the fuck his last name is, and she just laughed.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his last name is.
And I was like, yeah, like, you're just so funny, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, like, well, thank you. And then I gave her a necklace as well. And so we took a picture, and that was just awesome on its own. More along, like, towards the day, it's just, like, walking around and just seeing other content creators. First day passes by, second day starts, and I like don't go to the convention until 10:30 because Anthony had a Q&A panel at 11 for like an hour, so I like got ready just to go to that because I had nothing to do before. So he was doing a Q&A panel and like he was calling on people in the crowd to be picked, and Dana was there with him, if you guys know her or not. They're picking people to ask questions and all that stuff, and she's mostly like picking people in the left section of her when I'm sitting in the right. And so at one point she literally just like kept looking over her left, and I was like, hey, like, what about this side? And then she looks over and she's like, yeah, like, why don't you come up? And I was like, awesome. And then so I got like the necklace that I got for Anthony out, and I gave it to him. I just asked him, you know, like, oh, like, how do you feel knowing that you inspire people, like, to help become like comfortable with themselves being like who they are? Because I was sitting in a crowd full of like teenage girls, and like, I mean, there's a few other like guys and, you know, adults and stuff like sitting in the back, but majority was a crowd of like just younger girls. And I told them, you know, like, I'm 20, like, I never used to be like who I am like right now if it weren't like for watching your videos. How do you feel knowing that like you can literally make an impact on anybody's life? And he just went to this really deep answer and was just talking about that he like never had the intention of doing that before when he first started YouTube, but now that he sees what it has done, like, that's the reason he keeps continuing to be on YouTube. And I just thought that was really cool, you know? Yeah, so I got to talk to him. Oh yeah, so then afterwards, like, I go up and I go into the creator track and just hang out there for a bit. And then I end up meeting Gabby. She's like the Gabby show on Vine and stuff like that, but I watch her YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, like, I really like your videos, like, you're so genuine. And I gave her a crystal too, and she loves it, puts it on, and I was like, thank you. And then I just told her, like, yeah, like, I'm a creator because I am inspired, like, to see you guys like be able to be yourselves like on camera and just sort of like get all these like opportunities, and it's like all you're doing is just putting yourself out there, and it's just so cool. It's day 2, I go to more panels and I hang out in the expo hall some more, but I don't know, like, I thought going by myself was gonna be fun. I thought going by myself was gonna be beneficial, which it was, honestly, but I just like kind of wished I had someone there with me just to like get excited about like for everything. Like, every time I saw someone like walking around, I was just like, oh my god, like, that's, and I just had like no one like to be like, oh my god. I just was literally like keeping to myself. And so there was a creator track party like hosted like for the creators and industry people, blah blah blah. And so I went to that, and I end up seeing the group of people from Teens React. I don't know if you're familiar with the Fine Bros and their channel and their like series and stuff like that. And I had saw their group like seriously so many times like the day before, but I just never went up to them because I don't know, like, I don't watch Teens React and stuff as much now. The second day I kept like seeing them again, so I was like, you know what, I am gonna go up and like say like hi, whatever. So I was talking to one of their friends. We were standing next to the rest of the crowd, but like, you know, so our convo ends, and then like the like conversation started like with someone else in the group, and so like, we're just kind of standing there listening. I don't know, I think Jeannie just like disappears. So like I was still like standing like with them, like, you know, hanging out in their crowd or whatever. I think they kind of like were talking about like leaving the party and stuff because it wasn't like all that great. They were giving out free alcohol, but you had to be 21, and I was so mad because I just, one more year. They're, you know, leaving, and one of them, I think it was Elle, honestly, letting me know like, oh, are you gonna like come or blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, like, why not? So I literally just started like hanging out with them. Like from then on, it was Elle, Michaela, Ethan, Josh, and Forrest. So when we left, we're just kind of like walking around, hanging outside, and they're getting noticed by, you know, a bunch of people, like kids and stuff. They're like, oh, like you guys are from Teen React, like can I get a picture? And so they would take pictures, and I literally first try to stand out, and I think Ethan or someone was like,
Get in the picture, like what the heck? Just pretend you're like one of us, like, and like they won't even notice.
okay, why not? So literally I was taking pictures of so many kids like throughout the next day and a half. A little girl came up to me and she's like, can you sign my shirt? And I was just like, yeah, I'll sign your shirt. So I signed her like arm sleeve, and then she asked me for a picture right after, and I'm just like, yeah, like she's doesn't even know who I am, honestly, but that was just funny. We went to Roscoe's and had dinner afterwards. We just like went and we chilled at Josh's hotel room. Night ends, go back to like my hotel, start waking up for the next morning, and then I meet up with them again, and we're just like hanging out, walking around between like the convention center and the Hilton and the Marriott. We're like meeting other people. I actually like ended up meeting like a few YouTubers. The first one I saw was my friend Megan, and oh my gosh, I had only met her once prior to this, which was back in like March, I think, and I didn't get a picture with her back then just because we were at a show. I just like talked to her then and like had given her an amethyst stone. As I'm like waiting to like go up to her, she was like talking to one of her other viewers, I believe, and she was vlogging him and like was saying like complimenting his outfit and all that stuff, and she was recording everyone around her, and then she comes around and she hits me with her camera and she's like,
hey, wait, have I met you before?
then I said, I didn't say anything actually, I just kind of like smiled and I was like, you know, and then she was like,
Wait, is your name Greg?
and I was like, yeah, and she's like,
Oh my god, like Greg's here for me.
it was just awesome because like afterwards, like I got to hug her. She has really good music taste, and so I was tweeting her and I was like, oh, if I wanted to start listening to SZA, like what should I listen to? And she gave me like this like list of songs, and each and every one of them are like perfect, and I was just like, thank you so much for that playlist, like that was awesome. Hey, I was like, I actually met Sarah Baska on Friday, and Megan was like,
Oh, no way. I had just met her last night.
which was Friday night, and I was like, yeah, I know, I saw your guys' snaps, and I told her how I like found her on YouTube like through you, and she was like,
Oh, no way.
I was like, yeah, so it was just kind of funny like that, like little series of events happened. I was able to take a picture with her, and I gave her a necklace, and she loved it obviously, and it was just like, it was cool. Like I got to see my internet friend Drew. He was with her, and there was another group standing to wait to meet him, and so I started joining that group, and then I eventually like get to meet him, and I was like, hey, I really love your music. Oh, he's like, what's your favorite song? And I said, We Could Be, and that's the song that I use literally on my Coachella video. And so he was letting me know that he has more music coming out, and I was just like, oh my god, like yes, like I am so ready for it. And afterwards I told him that I had tweeted him before about if I met him I would get him a gift, and he like replied and he said, what? So I reminded him of that, and he said, oh, like that's you? And I said, yeah, and I pulled out a necklace, and he loved it, and he put it on, and we took photos, and it was just like, it was so awesome. After that, I met up back with Ethan, Michaela, L, Forrest, Josh, L. The whole weekend was just so unexpected of like everyone that I got to meet and hang out and interact with. Like, oh, I also met like Andrew and Lauren. I just didn't get to take pictures with them either, but I gave Andrew a necklace and I gave Lauren a necklace, and she actually had remembered me too. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'd share this with you guys because I was going to try to vlog, but I didn't want to spend too much time on my like camera, so to say, you know, like I just wanted to just walk around and like take it all in, like as a first year experience. I really hope that you enjoyed the sit down talk video. I really ranted a lot for a really long time. If you like these kind of videos where I just kind of like sit and just ramble on for literally half an hour, give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will hopefully see y'all next Thursday with another new video. Bye.